Indonesia has been gripped by unrest after a week of nationwide protests turned violent, leaving at least 7 people dead and hundreds injured. It all began on August 25th when thousands gathered outside Parliament in Jakarta. Their anger was triggered by news that lawmakers would now receive housing allowances nearly 10 times the city's minimum wage, at a time when the government was enforcing strict austerity measures cutting education, health and public works. Demonstrators, including student groups, accused the government of favoring political elites, conglomerates and the military, echoing concerns about the growing influence of armed forces in civilian life under President Prabowo Subianto, a former general who has been in office for less than a year. The situation escalated sharply after the death of a 21-year-old delivery driver in Jakarta. He was run over by an armored vehicle belonging to a parliamentary police unit. His death became a rallying point for protesters, sparking wider clashes across the country. Government offices, police stations and public transport hubs have been set on fire. Protests have spread from Jakarta to major cities across Java, Sumatra, Sulawesi and Borneo. In some areas, mobs looted officials' homes, including the residence of Finance Minister Sri Mulyani Indrawati.
Kepada pihak kepolisian dan TNI, saya perintahkan untuk mengambil tindakan yang setegas-tegasnya terhadap segala macam bentuk pengerusakan fasilitas umum, penjarahan terhadap rumah individu ataupun.
The human toll has been severe. A student was killed in Yogyakarta during clashes, while in Solo, a 60-year-old pedicab driver died after exposure to tear gas. Authorities say over 12,000 people have been detained in Jakarta alone. President Prabowo has cancelled a trip to China and ordered security forces to take tough measures, warning of what he called treason and terrorism.
Karena dinamika di dalam negeri, Bapak Presiden ingin terus memantau secara langsung, beliau juga ingin terus memonitor secara langsung, kemudian juga beliau ingin memimpin secara langsung dan mencari penyelesaian-penyelesaian yang terbaik.
Para pimpinan DPR menyampaikan akan dilakukan pencabutan beberapa kebijakan DPR RI, termasuk besaran tunjangan anggota DPR dan juga moratorium kunjungan kerja ke luar negeri.
He has promised a transparent investigation into the delivery driver's death, with 7 police officers under scrutiny. At the same time, he moved to promote dozens of injured police officers, signaling his support for security forces. Internationally, the UN has called for an inquiry into the use of excessive force. Human Rights Watch has warned against treating civilian unrest as terrorism, citing Indonesia's history of heavy-handed policing. Several countries, including the US, Australia and France, have issued travel advisories. For President Prabowo, still in his first year in office, these protests mark the toughest test of his leadership so far. This brings us to the end of this report. The situation in Indonesia remains tense. We'll continue tracking this story closely. Stay tuned to Money Control for more global updates. See you in the next report.